called. The outside official called offensive foul. The baseline official will agree. So TJ picks up back-to-back fouls here, one on either end of the floor. Her third foul of the ball game. Wright thought she had the basket. She was celebrating. But it looked like the Bearcat had established her position defensively, and Wright kind of bashed into her coming down. So Lander trying to chip away here, trailing by 8. Jumper away, an air ball with a three-point shot, and it floats out of bounds into the Bobcat cheerleaders. Glad to have them back. They had their long Christmas break finished up. Of course, you're just from Sandersville, Caroline, so I guess
not far down the road.
Not far down the road. You don't have to worry about having to come back too soon. In the middle of the floor with it is KK. Double high post, working off to Cleveland. Cross-court pass now, down low to try to get a cutter on the pass from Wright to McGriff. It went off her hands and recovered by Lander. So another turnover for GC. High right side, go the Bearcats. Floating in, laying it in. Nice drive by Destiny Langford. And it's 58-52. GC's lead down to 6. It's been 10 a few times. Lander trying to rally here on a Saturday. Kenyatta back and forth on the dribble. High posted to Cleveland. Back out now to Storms. 10 on the shot clock. KK dribbles between the circles. Got to get going with 5 seconds now. Down to 3. Storms off to Davis, and a shot clock violation. And that'll get us to our under 5 timeout. A 4-0 run by Lander's gotten them back within 6. At 58-52, and we'll be back in just a moment on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Bobcats shooting in the second half continues to impress. 12 out of 17 from the floor for 70.6%. We're up to 56% for the game. Lander, good shooting as well. They're at 50% for this half. 10 of 20. They're at 46% for the ball game. Lander has seen Georgia College overtake them on the boards finally. 27-25. GC with a rebounding edge. McGriff is 1 rebound away from another double-double. She had to double-double against Lander the first time. Lander with a basketball, 58-52. They're led in scoring still by Pettit with 12. GC with 3 players in double figures. Brianna Davis leads the way with 13. Dribbling to the top of the circle, now back out to Baldwin. Back to Langford, they'll go a little dribble drive up top. Left side to Harris. Harris goes baseline, got cut in the middle. Ball knocked away, and it will be Lander's ball with 5 on the shot clock. GC's lead is only 6 over the number 1 team in the Peach Belt Conference. Lander inbounds to Baldwin, left baseline, 3. They let her alone, and she sank it. Baldwin gets her second three-pointer. She had only 3 against Georgia College in the first go-round. She's doubled that here, and the lead is down to 3. Right side Storms. KK. Shake and bake move, gonna go to the rack, and she put it up too strong. Langford to the rebound. Lander, a chance to get right back in this thing. A 7-0 run by Lander has gotten them within 3 points. They'll go on the right side. Langford will dribble up to the top of the key. Deliver it off. Now don't go down the left baseline. And dribble back up with 10 on the shot clock. Langford again, crossover dribble, back out to Harris with 5 to shoot. Jumper inside the lane, rolls around, won't go. Dryden can't collect it. Back outside, here's Baldwin again. She's feeling it. The three-pointer won't fall this time. And it's out of bounds to Georgia College. Well, they're letting Baldwin getting a whole lot of shots out there. She put up 47 three-point shots already coming into this ball game. So they had to know she was a three-point threat at least. GC gets it down low to Davis. Can't do anything with it. Outside to Cleveland. Cleveland sees the C part, and it's out of bounds off Lander. GC will have it with 12 on the shot clock. We're approaching 2 minutes to go. And skinny little three-point lead for GC. And Coach Pedersen's going to bring Brashay Johnson back in. Johnson will replace Sanders. Georgia College with the ball left of the basket. Sanders, or rather Davis, triggers it in to Storms. Storms creates a screen for Davis. Bree dribbles out front, 4 to shoot, going to take the 3 and drain it. No, it's a long 2, excuse me. Brianna Davis has taken the scoring lead, I believe.
She's got 15.
She still had it. She had it by 1 over a pair of Bobcats, up to 15 points for Bree. She likes playing these Bearcats, apparently. Jumper from outside. Her three-point won't go, and Tiaja Wright gets the rebound. 5-point GC lead with a minute and a half to go. Got to take care of the basketball, and there's a foul on Harris. Good one to give. Looked like Storm was going to get around her. Jessica Harris gets her first foul, just the second team foul on Lander in the quarter. We're right at 90 seconds to play now. Sydney Cleveland checks out. Shay Tarver back in for ball handling duties. Sanders returns to their lineup, and they'll pull Baldwin out. Bobcats ball near the bench with exactly 90 seconds to play. 5-point GC lead. Bree catches on the right side, the far side of the floor. Davis with a little dribbling exhibition. 19 to shoot. Bobcats content to work the clock. Tay with 12 out between the circles. Now down to 8. Got to get it in motion here. She'll take a 3, and it's off the front rim, no good. Lander gets the rebound with 1 minute to go. GC's lead is 5. Burned some clock, but I don't think Tarver was the one we wanted to take that shot right there. Out on the left wing, high posted to Mitchell. Back on the right wing, three-pointer away, no good. Rebound grabbed by GC. 40 seconds to play. Now harassed in the backcourt is Tarver, and she's pushed from behind by Mitchell. Chelsea Mitchell gets her third foul of the contest. Team foul number 3. They're checking to see if it might have been intentional. I think that's what the conference is. Gonna just say a push. So out of bounds to the Bobcats will be the call. Now the third official gets involved in it. Daniel Drake, Lanny Nelms, and Anthony Jefferson are 3 men with whistles today. Oh, it will be an intentional foul. And Coach Pedersen wants a timeout. Well, the Bobcats have a chance to do some damage at the free throw line with the clock stopped. And we'll stay here during this timeout. Not a good foul by Mitchell in that backcourt. It was right in front of the official and in front of everybody and God and everybody. And she just deliberately shoved her, and that's why the intentional foul was called.
Yeah, Coach Smith argued that one.
And he got his way on it. And it'll be Brianna Davis at the free throw line all by herself. 76% free throw shooter on the year for Bree. And so far in this ball game, Davis is 3 of 7. I'm sorry, that's in three-point shooting. She has yet to attempt a free throw. 2-possession ball game right now, but 2 made free throws will make it a 3-possession game. And it's no good. And I just got glared at by the producer. The announcer's jinx, unfortunately. Brianna Davis to try to give the Cats a 6-point lead. She does. And it's GC's ball. That's most important. 7.3-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. So the Bobcats can hold on to it for a while, but Coach Mo's going to take a timeout, it looks like. And it will be a full timeout, so we'll step away as well. Bobcats 61, Bearcats 55. Closing in on the final 37 seconds of this ball game on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Back in Centennial, final 37.3 seconds on the game clock in regulation. Georgia College by 6. Bobcats have a foul to give. Only 3 team fouls. GC will have the basketball. Lander has only 3 team fouls as well. So they may want to foul very quickly here and force the Bobcats to take it out of bounds. Brianna Davis slaps the ball, gets him in motion, gets it off now to Sydney Cleveland. Cleveland back out to Shea Tarver. They're not fouling. Now they do. And that'll be charged to Harris. Her second foul. 4th team foul. Non-shooting, so GC will inbound it again. 32.8 left. Took 5 seconds or thereabouts off the clock. Davis looks and a 5 count. Terrible time to have the 23rd turnover of the ball game. Baldwin checks in for her 3-point shooting. Bobcats will get Tarver out and put Cleveland back in. Storms also returns to the GC lineup. Down to 30 seconds to play. GC's lead is 6. Right side Harris into the right corner again. They go baseline right to left. Trigger it back out to Baldwin. Bobcats stretch out the defense. Cross-court pass with 16 to shoot. Right side, Baldwin launches a 3. She missed it. Dryden got the rebound and foul called on Lander. And that will put the Bobcats in the bonus on the 5th team foul in the quarter on the Lander Bearcats. They used a whole lot of time off that clock, Caroline, to try and get a 3-point shot off. They needed to have the ball twice here just to tie the ball game. And they took an eternity off the clock to get 1 shot away. Dryden makes it a 7-point ball game, and it's a 3-possession lead for GC. And Mo will use his next to last timeout. Dryden gets the free throw, and that'll give her 13 points in the ball game. Aaron had 11 against Lander last time with 7 boards. And a block and an assist and a steal. Wendell must like Taylor because he's playing shake it off every time we stop now. GC by 7 with 11.7 seconds to go. And Aaron Dryden trying to close things out for the Bobcats scoring-wise. 1 more free throw. She's the only lady in white at the free throw area. Everybody else back near the line, and she nails it. Give her 14 points, and GC's lead is 8. They roll the ball up to Harris. Harris takes it across the timeline with 7. They're taking way too much time. Launches a 3, and it's no good. 2 seconds. Floats out of bounds. No, it's into the hands of Sydney Cleveland, and the Bobcats have upset Lander. Georgia College turns the tables on the Bearcats. as the teams split the season series. Each team winning at home here today, this season, excuse me. And Georgia College with a 63-55 win. And they'll celebrate as they head off the floor. Lander taking only its third loss of the season and second in the conference. GC improving to 9-5 overall and 6-2, and they've won their fourth game in a row. And Coach Mo is coming over here, and Caroline's going to get a chance to talk to the Bobcat head coach. So we'll mic up Coach Mo.
That was a great win right there, Coach Mo. I'm Caroline. I'm with Coach Smith.
Yeah.
How does it feel to have, how big is it to have three people, McGriff, Drynan, and Davis, with double digits?
Well, you know, these are our most influential people on the team. You know, with Aaron, TJ, McGriff, Brianna, even Sid, those girls right there, I'm so happy for them because they're the best leaders on this team right now, and so it's just well due. You know, it's well due for them because I'm so happy for them. This was a goal to beat Lander, and I'm so happy for those seniors right now. I'm happy for every one of those girls in the locker room, and they put in all the sweat, they put in all the hard work. They were focused, they were confident going into this game, and so it was good to see us just go to a next level. I think we went to a next level with our play today.
How did you get things to turn around from the first quarter to the first half to the second half?
Well, I just think it was them. They made up their mind that they were the better team, and they played like it second half. I thought a lot of nerves settled down and just kind of rolled off of us that second half, and I thought that was a tremendous difference. We just looked way more confident. We were executing. We took care of the ball. We did a better job on the boards. We were getting the ball inside, and we kind of call that paintball. We want to play paintball. We feel like we got one of the better 3, 4, and 5 players in our league, and we can get the ball to them. And we got good shooters outside. So if we can establish the inside play first, the outside to open up. So super happy for them and super blessed right now, and just feel tremendous for our young ladies.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What can you take away from today to move on forward to your game?
Well, this is the thing. Like there's always room for improvement. So that second half that we played, we need to play that in the first half.
That's
Because
right.
I thought we did that versus Clayton State. You know, we played like this in the second half versus Clayton State, and not in the first half, and it was the same result. So let's not put ourselves in that position second half, right? It's those little things. Like it's the defensive stops, it's the rebounds, the taking care of the ball. It's those little things that makes a big difference, and we just got to do that for 40 minutes.
Well, good luck in your game Monday against USC Aiken. Y'all come out and support.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Great job by the Bobcat women. We'll see if we can get some statistics. That might be on the laptop over there. We'll run some numbers by folks, and then we'll take a break. Big win for Georgia College. They had 3 players in double figures. Caroline, you want to go through those scoring numbers?
Yeah, they had Aaliyah McGriff with 12, Erin Drynan for 14, Brianna Davis with 16 leading the team. And then Lander Bearcats only had 1, Leah Pettit with 12 points.
Yeah, they really spread out their scoring considerably. Langford had 8 and Mitchell with 8 to be the next highest scorers. Then 6 for Sanders and 6 for Baldwin on those 2 3-pointers. So Georgia College comes away with a great shooting effort in the second half, 61.9% for the ball game, 53%, probably their best shooting game of the season, 24 out of 45. Cats hit 5 of 11 3-point shots for 45.5%. They were 10 of 14 at the free throw line for 71%. Lander shot 41% second half and wound up at 41.8 for the ball game, 23 out of 55. They only hit 3 of 13 3-point shots for 23% and hit 6 of 11 free throws for 54.5%. Bobcats turned things over with the rebounding. 10 offensive rebounds in the second half compared to, I think, just 3 at halftime. So a total of 10 offensive boards, I should say, for GC. 34-28, they led the boards. McGriff one below a double-double. She had 9 rebounds in the contest. Their leading rebounder with 7 was Destiny Langford. 23 turnovers by Georgia College. It wasn't 29 like they had the first time. And Lander scored 20 points off the mistakes. So they continue to get pressed and continue to make some mistakes, but this time they were able to get the win.
That's right. The win's all that matters, but they got some improvement for the turnovers.
19 turnovers for Lander. GC scored 17 points off those mistakes. Bobcats had 3 blocks, 2 of them by Drynan, 3 blocks for Lander, and that was split among 3 different players. 8 steals for GC, 5 by Cleveland to lead us in that category. 13 steals for Lander, and they were topped in that category by Harris and Williams with 3 steals apiece. So Georgia College with a great second half effort after trailing at halftime. 29-27. They turned things around in that third quarter, outscoring Lander by 8. They outscored them by 2 in the fourth quarter and wound up winning by a count of 63-55. Georgia College holding Lander to, get this, 23 points below its season average. So great defense by GC. So the number 25 team drops decision to the Bobcats. Bearcats now 12-3 overall, 7-2 in the Peach Belt. And depending on what the other teams are going to do, they'll may stay in first place after the afternoon's play. Bobcats improving to 9-5 and 6-2 in Peach Belt Conference. Their winning streak continues. The longest winning streak in the conference ends as Lander drops a 63-55 decision. We're going to take some time off, and we'll be back in just a few minutes, about 5 minutes before the start of our men's contest. Get you set for that one. That's coming your way next on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Just remember, face the camera.
job. Yeah, I don't want your job, by the way. I'm thinking, you know, maybe a couple like this week and Saturday. Like Saturday. Bigger than us, at least one. You know, I kind of go between. I know it's not the budget thing, you know what? Right. What I think would be a good idea, like you said, is a college student that, you know, yeah. They dropped the ball and reflect on you, and I did. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Right. Definitely, like you said, we come down. That's like you said, when it comes to the books, man. Like that, you gotta be right on. Still, they don't tell you everything. That's kind of what happened with us when we opened our daycare 5 years ago. That would be another benefit for us. You know, like having that assistant, helping someone, but not the major shit, and then having that employee, so that's another write-off for you. There's a lot to think about. I pray for you, brother. I can't believe you don't like this year round. Kind of the nature of the beast, so to speak.
They're missing their last game too.
Right.
They're going to be close, but
right. And then if you tell them that, you offend them, and then they don't do anything. They don't want to help you.
that's some strange pronunciations.
Right.
Our guys.
I've got to notate all that shit. I can't imagine you notating. What's in charge? Yeah. Right. There has to be some accountability. And I can say put the starters on the group meet, can you circle them and get them fantastic.
And we welcome you back inside the Centennial Center as we get set for the second game of our doubleheader as the two men's teams from Georgia College and Lander University will square off. The Bobcats, with a 3-game losing streak, come in with a record of 7-6 overall, 3-4 in the Peach Belt Conference. They are tied for 8th place in the conference with Columbus State. And for the Lander Bearcats, They're coming off a loss on Wednesday. They stand at 6-8 overall, 2-6 in Peach Belt play. They're tied for 10th place in the conference with Young Harris. So neither team really up to the standards where they wanted to be at the start of this season, and hopefully they're going to be able to come back around to take on and come up with a victory here tonight. Bobcats won the first game between themselves and these Bearcats back on November 27th in Greenwood, South Carolina. It was 68-67. A second half comeback triggered for the Bobcats. They trailed by 10 at halftime, 37-27. They took their first lead with only 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play, and then had 3 great defensive stops and held the lead for the last minute and a 5 to come away with a 1-point win. Chapin Ryerson was the leading scorer for GC with 15 points as the Bobcats shot 45%, while Lander shot 43%. Lander, a much better job three-point shooting than GC that night at 41-33. Bobcats had a slim 36-33 rebounding edge. Coach Steve Roberts' Bearcats are 2-5 on the road, so they've had some struggles, and the Bobcats haven't really defended home court that well. Caroline just 3-3 on the season here at Centennial. Caroline with us today alongside the producer, and Reed and Sam are punching the buttons up top. Thanks to everybody for the YouTube broadcast. Let's see if the Bobcats can come up with another win here today and get a sweep. These teams, the Bobcat teams, haven't been able to sweep teams in a while.
Yeah, that'd be great. They can have a victory at home.
And for the Bobcats, led in scoring and in rebounding by Isaac Thomas at 13 points and 8.8 rebounds a ball game. And for Thomas, he had almost a rare 20-20 ball game a while ago, and he is second in the Peach Belt Conference right now in rebounding. For the Lander Bearcats, they're led on the boards by Sergen Ivich with 7.8 rebounds, mostly off the bench. And their leading scorer is Rayu Purdy at 16.9 points a contest on the season. And for Purdy, he's among the top 10 in Peach Belt Conference basketball, coming in at number 7, it looks like, in points per ball game at 16.9 a contest. He's a junior from White Oak, North Carolina. And he and Sayon Dent, who is from Elizabethtown, North Carolina, both played on West Bladen High School, but Dent is not dressed out in this ball game, I believe. He has not had any statistics so far this season. So we're getting set for the men's contest. Georgia College coming in, averaging 68.3 points a contest, but giving up 68.8. Gets a little bit better. Well, actually a little bit worse in scoring, 66.7 points per Peach Belt ball game. Lander is scoring a lot, but they're giving up a lot of points. In conference ball games, the Lander Bearcats have averaged just under 73 points a game, and they're giving up slightly more than 79 points a contest. GC's got a slight rebounding edge on its opponents, and Lander's just about dead even in rebounding. So that will be a big key for the Bobcats. And Coach Mark Gaines wants the players to trust their teammates being in the right spot at the right time so that they can play well. They need to simplify everything, he says, compared to what they've been over the last couple of ball games. Getting back to the basics here, offensively and defensively. And they're going to try and post up Cole Roberts. Roberts led the Bobcats in scoring and in rebounding, I believe, on Wednesday night as Georgia College took the loss. And the Bobcats took a day off on Thursday. They did not practice at all on Friday. They just had a film day. So they're a little bit fresher. They had a morning practice here today, and hopefully that'll get them mentally fresh and physically fresh for this ball game against the Lander Bearcats as they try to get back above the 500 mark in Peach Belt Conference play. We're getting set for our national anthem once again here at the Centennial Center, and Caroline will have the starting lineups for you in just a couple of minutes after our national anthem. And time for us to meet the starters. A young lady who's going to start softball practice tomorrow. Here's Caroline Snyder.
For Georgia College Bobcats, your starting lineup is number 4, Jordan Thomas, freshman guard. Number 5, Garrick DeBoles, redshirt sophomore forward. Number 10, Isaac Thomas, forward junior. Number 15, Chapin Ryerson, forward freshman. And number 32, Cole Roberts, forward sophomore. And for your Lander University Bearcats, Ryu Purdy, number 2, guard junior. Number 11, Nicholas Johnson, guard sophomore. Number 22, TJ Knight, forward sophomore. Number 23, Jordan Dingle, guard junior. And number 34, Sergio Smith, forward senior.
All right, thank you, Caroline. As the Bobcats will be in their home whites and head toward the north goal here to start the first half of play and the second game of our doubleheader. Lander in their royal blue uniforms with the gold numbers, and they'll head toward the south goal, left to right as we look at them from across the scorer's table and the benches. Again, the Bobcats 7-6 overall, under 500 in the Peach Belt at 3-4, tied for 8th with Columbus State in Peach Belt play right now. And the Bearcats at 6-8 on the year and 2-6 in conference play. See if we can find out whom they have defeated. Looks like they knocked off Clayton State, so that says something about them, as the Bobcats fell hard to Clayton State, 86-64 this past Wednesday. They just did not have a very good game at all. Clayton State a whole lot more physical than the Bobcats. And the other Peach Belt Conference win for the visiting Bearcats was against Flagler a week ago today, as they won 77-70 in Greenwood, South Carolina. We thank you for joining us today on the YouTube stream. Bobcats in the middle of a 3-game homestand here. They'll wrap things up on Martin Luther King Jr. Day Monday. Early start again, 1:30 doubleheader as Aiken is in town. Isaac Thomas is in the midcourt circle, along with Sergio Smith for Lander. There's the whistle, and we're about set for Peach Belt basketball. Tip is up, and it is controlled by GC. Isaac got a big swat at it. Knocked it a quarter of the way down the court. Thomas catches on the left wing and will throw it away. Not a good pass to start the action for the Bobcats, trying to hit Jordan Thomas. Well, the two Thomas guys are the two leading scorers for GC. Isaac with 13 points, Jordan at just under 12 points a contest. Bobcats are going to open up and looks like a triangle and 2. Jumper left baseline is good. Nicholas Hewson from Copenhagen, Denmark, was their leading scorer against the Bobcats. Got a 3-ball to start things. They all face some half-court pressure. Off to Cole, back to Isaac. Isaac fights his way up, too strong, and a rebound taken by Smith. So the Bobcats off to a bit of a flat start. Jordan Dingle around the right side, back up top. They'll fake a 3, get Ryerson off his feet and driving in for a layup, and he missed it. Rebound batted around, and Cole Roberts takes possession of it. He just stormed right in there with that big body. Off to Jordan, now to Isaac. Isaac up, trying to get underneath, can't do it. Gets it back to Jordan. Baseline runner won't go. Cole Roberts fights in, gets the rebound, missed it. Gets another opportunity on an offensive rebound and gets fouled.
He came out of nowhere with that rebound.
That first one, he just flew out from top of the circle, it looked like. TJ Knight called for the foul. And here's Cole. One area we talked about on Wednesday that you'll need to improve on in the final couple of years, only 45% free throw shooter. And such a big guy, he's going to go to the line a lot. So he'll need to pick up that stat. Had 10 points, 7 rebounds against Lander the first go round, and he puts the Bobcats on the board. It's 3-1 Lander. Purdy brings it up the floor, trades places with Ewenson. And Ewenson trying to get Garrick DeBoles off his feet, can't do it. Wraparound pass, knocked away up in the air, and it'll go into the backcourt. They'll claim it back there. Ewenson will bring it across with 10 seconds, stops in the paint, and stumbles, but still gets the ball to go. A little contact there with Thomas, but no whistle. And Ewenson's got all 5 of their points. Jumper left baseline's an air ball by Garrick DeBoles, but Roberts gets the rebound, muscles his way in and scores. That's what we need out of Cole. Strong post play. 5-3, Bobcats trail by 2. Purdy has it, drives right side, now brings it back out beyond the arc. Cross-court pass to Ewenson, and he'll drive in. He got fouled on the shot, they say. And it's charged to Garrick DeBoles, first foul of the day on GC. So Ewenson will go to the free throw line, looking at that left elbow, see if he got a strawberry on it. Scraping along the Centennial Center floor. Softball players are familiar with strawberries too, right?
We are.
Yes. Ewenson's first free throw rattles and finally kisses off the window for the point. He's the only Bearcat to score or to start all the ball games. Ewenson at 85% at the line this year, 24 out of 28 now, so he's above that. Second one is nothing but net, and it's a 7-3 lead. He will stay in. Well, I thought he was going to step out. Zane Rankin comes in. Bobcats get Chandler Wright and Andrew Prestwood, and Prestwood fouled from behind. Coming up to midcourt, Rankin immediately tagged with a foul. Got him on the wrist, knocked the ball away. Ewenson has all of the points, all 7 points. Ball knocked away. Ryerson keeps it alive, and Prestwood saves it. Off to Chandler Wright on the left side of the lane. Kisses it back out now. Prestwood off to Ryerson. Goes between 2 Bearcats. Driving is Jordan Thomas. And Jordan with a nice float to the basket.
It was a great athletic play right there.
He looked a little like Mr. Jordan on that drive. Top of the circle bomb by Raihu Purdy, and it's 10-5. So Ryu got the first non-Ewenson bucket. Right down low, back up top, now we go. Holy smoke, he got grabbed and no whistle. Here's Jordan Thomas for 3, too strong. Purdy gets the rebound. He flies it down the floor, far side. Now resets it, a 5-point Lander lead. Fakes the 3 with Ryerson picking him up. Ewenson has it on the right side. Back to the free throw line area, driving, dropping it off, and scoring easily with Sergio Smith. Good job by Knight to find Smith open. And it's 12-5. Ryerson catches, got a 2-on-1, and there's a slam. Chandler Wright. First of what we hope will be many dunks for the young man. The freshman from Cumming out of Creekview High. It's the Bobcats on the board. Crossover dribble, almost slipped and fell. Back up top to Purdy. Ryu swings it into the right corner. It's out of bounds off a Bobcat. And we've got our under 16 timeouts. It's Lander 12, Georgia College 7. We'll return after we step away on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Bobcats have brought Cole Roberts back into the contest. Jordan Thomas, Isaac Thomas, Chandler Wright, and Andrew Prestwood are on the floor. GC shooting only 37.5%, 3 out of 8. Landers hit 4 of 5 shots. And fuego for the Bearcats here at the start of this ball game. GC leads the rebounding 5-2. Only 1 turnover in the ball game charged to Georgia College. They will inbound from the far corner. And Lander gets a shot from Unson. The 3 ball won't go. And Isaac Thomas with a flat-footed rebound. Papers flying everywhere. Cole catches. Thank you, Caroline. Andrew Prestwood for 3, and it rims off. Rebound by Chandler Wright. He fumbles it away and is going to get tied up on the baseline. And the arrow will favor Lander. So Coach Steve Roberts' team will get the basketball, leading by 5. Roberts, a longtime assistant at Lander many years ago. And back as the head man for his second year. Chandler Wright goes out. Ryerson steps back in for GC. Dumped down by the bucket, gonna lay it up short. Gets his own miss, gonna fire it back up there with a left hand, and he's fouled this time. TJ Knight did a good job of keeping that ball alive. And Cole Roberts gets his first personal foul. Second team foul on GC. And TJ Knight out of Lexington, South Carolina is a 67% free throw shooter, 14 of 21 for the year. And he missed it left on the first try. Georgia College will get Bryce Booker in for Cole Roberts. Lander will bring in Jordan Dingle back off the bench. Zane Rankin has a seat. Here's Knight, who had 4 points and a rebound against the Bobcats in November, and he missed the second free throw. So 0 for 2 at the line, and the Bobcats get it back again. And backup point guard Andrew Prestwood will be in charge of the offense, with Jordan Thomas shifting to the shooting guard spot. We get it down low to Bryce, and Bryce had it knocked out of bounds. Nice drive to the hole that time, but Lander got a hand on it. Prestwood to put it in play by the Bobcat cheerleaders. Into the right corner. Jordan almost had a shot. Now will knife his way down the line. Good job by the freshman. Jordan makes it 12-9. Jordan Thomas bidding for Freshman of the Year honors in the Peach Belt. Had only 4 points against these guys the last time, but 3 assists. Jumper up. Ryerson knocked it away and then gets the rebound on a stick-back attempt. Bobcats with a chance to get close. Jordan Thomas to Ryerson straight away. Chapin got the block, and that would be his 10th of the year. He averages a little over a block a ball game. They go right side. Purdy with the hoop and the harm. Brad Eggert ring him up. The Bobcats, Bryce Booker with his first foul, third team foul. And Purdy just a little too fast to the spot for Bryce Booker. Srđan Ivić comes in, the senior from Serbia. And Purdy makes it a three-point play the old-fashioned way. 15-9. And that's almost their biggest lead. They had a 7-point lead earlier. Prestwood dribbles between the circles. Off to Ryerson. Chapin holding. Now to Booker. Gets it down low quickly to Thomas. Jordan off the window. No, but he got fouled. Does such a good job of creating a shot.
Looks like his first and the team's third.
Third team foul. And it's charged to Purdy. Jordan, 67% at the line this year, 20 out of 30 for the freshman from Conyers out of Heritage High. And drops in the first free throw. Exercise science major here at GC. Deshandre Rucker checks in. And Sidney Robinson also off the bench for the Bearcats. Into the fray. Jordan Thomas will try to whittle it down to 4 points. Can't do it, but Ryerson gets the rebound. Out to Prestwood, open for three, and it's an air ball. And a foul underneath on the ensuing rebound. This time it goes against Lander, and Jordan Dingle will be charged with that one. We inbound it deep to the Bowles as he had to battle Robinson for that one.
It was a great snag.
Ryerson tried to shovel it down. It got tipped out of bounds. Tried to get it off to Garrick DeBowles. Got a couple of good freshmen out there. You got Chapin and JT. Into the corner to Booker. He'll dribble up on the wing. Now get it off to Cole. Back around the right perimeter. We'll go left again. And Jordan will reset it. Into the right corner to Bryce. Quickly back around left side. Open three. Missed it. Rebound GC though. Good ball movement. And Jordan had a lot of time to shoot it. Nobody in his face, but it wouldn't drop. Bobcats trail by 5. DeLander driving again. Jordan Thomas floats it up and scores. Got some help on the iron. Jordan Thomas with 7 points now. They played 7 minutes in the first half. Cats have whittled it down to a 3-point deficit. Robinson faked a jumper, and it's taken away by Jordan. JT's got a 2-on-3. Gets it off to Bryce underneath the basket. Can't get the shot off. Ryerson thought about it. Touch pass, right corner, 3-ball up. Too strong by Booker. The shots are not falling for the Bobcats on their home floor so far. Robinson up top, drives, goes to the free throw line, jumpers up, no good. Ryerson gets the board for the Bobcats. Off to JT. Backdoor pass, DeBowles with an easy 2. And Robert's not too pleased right now. And the Bearcats call a timeout. It'll be a full timeout with 12:15 to go. Lander 15, GC 14. And we'll be right back after a message on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Technologies, careers, society. It is impossible to predict the future. The jobs of tomorrow may not even exist today. At Georgia College, you will learn to be a critical thinker, to develop new ideas skills you'll need in a rapidly changing world. The way we see it, it's not really about what you know. It's about how you think. Georgia College, your public liberal arts university.
Well, so far the Bobcats are showing a little more energy than they did on Wednesday. I know Wednesday they were coming off the back-to-back overtime ball game losses. Wednesday, even though you're at home, they were a little bit flat. Look like they're shooting a little, not quite as well as they did on Wednesday, but their energy is much higher level right now. Justin Cave has checked into the GC lineup for the first time. And the Bobcats will go with a 1-3-1 look. Thomas out front. They post up on the right side of the lane. Up under and almost in, but a foul called as it rolled off the rim on the shot by Rucker, and he was fouled by Chandler Wright, his first foul of the ball game. Team foul number 4, and that'll put Rucker at the line. Deshandre making his 7th game appearance. He's averaging under 9 minutes a ball game. Freshman from Greenville, South Carolina, and he misses the first effort. That was just his 2nd free throw attempt of the year. He's 1 for 2 now. Ewenson steps out. 2nd free throw, too strong. Isaac Thomas with the rebound for the Cats. And the former point guard at Tryon High School will bring it up the floor and get it off to the current point guard for the Bobcats, with DML on the injured reserve list, so to speak. Desmond Mitchell, LaFlamme, still not cleared to play. Left side, Justin Cave. His long 2 won't go. Rebound stolen away by DeBowles and then covered up, and then Thomas will tie up the basketball. The jump ball called, and GC's got the arrow this time. Really digging for that one.
They fought hard.
Inbounds play to DeBowles, back up top to Cave. Another freshman for the Bobcats. That's out of Savannah. Isaac motioning for Chandler Wright to go low. Isaac trying to get around his man, and it'll get stolen away by Ivich. Ivich down court pass to Robinson. Robinson floats one up and missed it, and Wright gets the rebound this time. Almost has it knocked out of his hands. He recovers, gets it off to Cave, and Cave will throw it to the producer. And it's out of bounds.
I think he thought the ref was one of the players.
I think so. Got a little bit over eager to get rid of that one. And after an assist by yours truly, they'll get the basketball in play. Lander will bring it up, leading by a single point at 15-14. Rankin back in, drops it off, and he pancaked the ball. That is Sidney Robinson on the carry. The freshman from Charleston, South Carolina, with the turnover. Ryerson returns for GC. Knight comes back on the floor for the Bearcats, replacing Rucker. Ryerson in for Isaac Thomas. GC facing full court pressure. Jordan gets it across the timeline, and a couple of heartbeats. Very quickly played. Not allowing the defense to get set up on a press. Thomas lobs it for Cole, but it's over his head, and it's taken away by Robinson. Robinson right down the floor, drops it off for Knight, and Knight is fouled from behind. Got between 2 Bobcat defenders. And the foul charge to Ryerson. Chapin's first, 5th team foul on GC. And here's Knight to the stripe again. Making his 9th start of the year is TJ Knight, sophomore from Lexington at 6'8" and 215. Jordan Thomas gets his first breather. Andrew Prestwood comes back onto the floor. Knight's free throw is away, spun out of there. 2-point Lander lead. GC with the ball. Prestwood will take over the point guard duties. Double high post, get it off left side, down low. DeBoles kicks it out. Three-pointer by Ryerson, won't go. And Evich gets the rebound. Long bomb of a three, won't drop. Ryerson gets the rebound on the miss by Knight. Ahead to Prestwood. Prestwood takes it in, got clobbered in there, no whistle. Missed the layup. Back out front. Ryerson going to take it to the rim and scores. Chapin with his first bucket. We're tied at 16. 9.5 to go, first half. Round the top of the circle. A little dribble drive action. Robinson gets it off to Rankin. Rankin floats one up and scores. A kind rim there for Rankin, and Lander retakes the advantage. Ryerson down low. Layup is no good by Bryce Booker. Rushed it a bit. He's actually underneath the cone, I think, when he shot it up. Lander with a chance to stretch their lead. Crossover dribble going baseline, Rankin. Underneath the basket, now they'll throw it away. Out of bounds for the Bobcats with 8:46 to go. And we've reached our... I thought we reached a media timeout, but apparently not. It's the under 8. We had the under 12 taken already. Rayu Purdy back in at point guard for the Bearcats. Purdy had 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists, and a trio of steals against GC back in November. Prestwood has to go to one knee. Keep it alive. High post it to Thomas. Isaac pitches it back out to Andrew. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Isaac back out to Andrew. Three-pointer away with 6 on the shot clock. It would not have drawn iron. Into the left baseline is Smith. Now back out front. Three-pointer won't fall for Rankin. GC clears it. Cats within 2 with 8 minutes to play. First half. Thomas back left side to Ryerson. Down low to Roberts. Backing his way in on Knight. Puts it up and scores.
Tied ball game.
That was 2 big guys going at it. Knight at 2:15. Roberts at 2:45. That's pounds, folks. Pounds in the paint. Outside Rankin, and he walked with it. Shuffled his feet trying to get around, and before he put it on the floor. Now there's our under 8 media timeout at 7:31 to go. GC 18, Lander 18. We'll be back on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Well, the shooting woes continue for the Bobcats. Only 8 of 22 for 36.4%. They've missed all 7 three-point shots, which is a rarity for this team. Lander is 43%, 6 out of 14. They've hit 2 of 5 three-point shots. Bobcats have a huge rebounding edge, plus 11, 20-9 right now. But it's still a tie ball game. And even with a 36% effort from the floor, they're still in this contest. Eunson has checked back into their lineup. Bobcats on the attack at the north end. Ryerson has it. Dumps it down to Thomas in the middle of the paint, puts it up over Knight, and it missed. And a rebound out in the middle of the paint, claimed by Unson. This officiating crew is letting the big guys play inside. Whistle away from the ball, offensive foul charge. Sergio Smith tried to clear a path down there by using his arms to sweep away a Bobcat, and he'll get his first foul. Team fouls are even at 5 apiece now. What's the scoring summary look like?
Garrick DeBowles with 2, Cole Roberts with 5, Jordan Thomas 7, Chapin Ryerson 2, and Chandler Wright with 2 for Georgia College.
And Unson scored the first 7 points for Lander. He still leads them in scoring. Right behind him is Purdy with 6. Bobcats with Ryerson got fouled out there before the shot is put up. And that will be put on Smith again. So he has his second foul in less than a minute. Srđan Ivić has returned out of Caldwell Community College, but a native of Serbia. Jumper for 3, top of the circle by Cave, doesn't go. Justin, right about 33% three-ball shooter, but couldn't get that one to fall for him. Rayu Purdy makes a move on the left side, kicks it in the left corner. Got his man in the air and then drains a 2. That's Jordan Dingle with a bucket. Transfer from Frank Phillips Community College, his first year with the program. A native of Aiken, South Carolina. Gives Lander the lead. Prestwood has the ball tipped out of bounds, trying to fling it back up on the left wing to Isaac Thomas. But a Lander hand got in the way. Garrick DeBowles comes in for Prestwood. So Jordan Thomas will take over point guard duties, it looks like. JT triggers it into Isaac. DeBowles driving right baseline, rolled it up with a left hand instead of the right hand, and it rolled off the rim. Still 20-18, Lander with a lead. Under 6 to play. First half. Left side of the lane, backing in is Ivić. Gets around Thomas and missed it on a running hook. Took an European step there and almost got the bucket to go. Justin Cave back out to Jordan Thomas. Jordan hops in the paint, floats one up there, and rolls and drops. Whoa! Even Gaines was surprised at that one. Sometimes you get lucky. 20 all with 5 to go. Foul before the shot. Another offensive foul called on Lander at the south end. And put that one on TJ Knight. He pleads his case to no avail to Brad Eggert. 2 fouls, 7 team fouls on Lander. Of course, it's an offensive foul, so no shots for GC. Chandler Wright returns for Rearson. So the Bobcats have 3 freshmen out there again. Jordan Thomas, Justin Cave, and Chandler Wright. You got a redshirt sophomore as well, and Garrick DeBowles, and a junior, and Isaac Thomas, who has the ball now. So youth is being served by the Bobcats this season. Chandler Wright going baseline, and an offensive foul called on him. Knight got position that time, and Chandler collects his second foul. He was just determined to get to that baseline and get down the line and score. And Wright will step out. Cole Roberts takes his place. Chandler sits next to assistant coach Ryan Aquino, and he'll learn a lot sitting next to Ryan Aquino. Queens is the big man coach, does a great job working with the tall guys, having been one himself. Purdy got Jordan Thomas to leap, shot up no good, short, and rebound by Roberts for GC. Bobcats can take their first lead in a very long time here. Oh, first lead ever, says the producer. All right. That's right. Lander jumped out to an early start and an early lead, and they've held it so far. But we're deadlocked at 20. Roberts going to take a long 2 in the corner, and it's not his shot. Rebound taken by Lander. Purdy flies down the floor. GC got back defensively quickly. Bobcats in a man-to-man, and Isaac Thomas going to be rung up by Barron Searles as he reacted to the pass. So Isaac gets his first foul. Team foul number 6. And we've got our under 4 media timeout. 3:45 to play. Tied at 20. Lander and Georgia College here at the Centennial Center on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Well, the Bobcats' shooting woes continue. Only 1 of 5 since our last break. They're down to 33% from the floor right now, 9 of 27. And still haven't been able to ring up a three-point shot. 0 for 8. Lander at 41.2%, 7 of 17 from the field. GC with a 22-13 rebounding edge. And trying to decide who's supposed to be at the free throw line. 2 of the officials, Searles and Eggert, discuss. And Evich will be at the line, where he's 25 out of 38 for the year. Had 13 points and 11 rebounds to lead the club in that category. First time around, the 1-on-1 is no good. The rebound slapped outside, and GC's going to spend a timeout. Thomas quickly calling the timeout. Isaac, as DeBoles landed on his back, will stay here. So both teams will be in the bonus in the final 3:41 here, as each team is over the limit. What's the scoring look like, Caroline?
Jordan Thomas is leading Georgia College with 9 points, and Yosan Nicholas is leading Lander with 7 points. So no one has gotten a double digits yet.
Bobcats getting 6 rebounds from both Rearson and Roberts to lead the board work, and it's pretty well split, 10 offensive and 12 defensive rebounds. Lander's only had 2 offensive boards so far. Turnovers are tied at 6 apiece. Lander scored 7 points off the Bobcat mistakes. GC has not scored a point off a Lander turnover to this point in the game. Justin Cave high posts it to Chandler Wright. Right side to Thomas. Down low, and he fumbled it out of bounds. Oh my. Garrick would love to have that one back again as he was working the baseline. So we give up an opportunity, both teams do, to take advantage. Missing a 1-and-1 at the south end and throwing one out of bounds at the north end. And a foul on GC. It's Justin Cave called for that one on a hold. Foul on Justin is his first, team's 8th. Unson at the free throw line, averaging over 26 minutes a ball game. And he'll drain the first free throw to break the tie. 6'5", 195, native of Copenhagen, Denmark. averaging 11 points and 2.5 rebounds a ball game, and he misses the second free throw. So GC comes to the north end again with once again an opportunity to take an advantage. JT fumbles, recovers. Down to 3 minutes to go in the half. Thomas floats in. He took an extra step. That's turnover number 7 on making number 8 after the bobble out of bounds on the previous possession. So GC unable to get a shot off the last 2 trips down the floor. Still within 1. Eunson driving and a foul called on GC at the top of the circle. And again, it's on Justin Cave.
Georgia College is having a lot of mistakes lately.
And Eunson got a step on Justin, and Justin just got back on him. It's 1-on-1 for Eunson. Cave has to come out. Wright joins him on the bench, and 1-on-1, it's no good. Eunson, an 85% free throw shooter on the season, has missed his share of free throws here. How many more times are we going to get bailed out of this ball game? At least in the first half with 2.5 minutes to go. JT wraparound pass to Chapin. Rearson hops in the paint, floats one up and gets the kind roll. Ryerson gives the Bobcats their first lead of the day at 22-21.
That's his 4th point of the day.
Ryerson, a little post-up move at 6'4" in the paint. Little dribble drive up top. Purdy goes into the free throw line area. Fadeaway jumper from 15 feet doesn't go. Ryerson gets the board. 2 minutes to go. GC trying to tack onto a lead here. Jordan Thomas wrap around to Isaac Thomas. Isaac back up top to Prestwood. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Andrew out to Isaac, who catches, and he'll take a 3, and it's no good. And DeBole's going to get called for a foul from behind. He pulled back at the last second, but contact had already been made.
You could tell on his face.
Yep, and he knew it. And DeBoles gets his second personal foul and puts Lander in the double bonus on the 10th team foul on GC. Jordan Dingle goes to the stripe. 26 out of 30 for the year, for 87%. Appearing in his 13th game, and he misses the free throw. Dingle has now started 13 of the 15 games for the Bearcats. The Bulls goes out for the Bobcats. Chandler Wright back in. He missed the second one. Well, Lander, normally a very good free throw shooting team at 74%, has struggled at the line at the south end. We zip it down to Chandler and laid it up too strong. Isaac couldn't get the rebound. They'll shovel it ahead on the far side to Rankin. Rankin, post up off the left side of the lane to Irvich, and he is called for an offensive foul. So Irvich gets his first foul as he put an elbow into Isaac Thomas. And it should be Bobcat basketball. They thought maybe free throws, but it's an offensive foul. Isaac did a great flop job Wednesday night. He was anticipating some contact by a player on a kind of retaliation move and got the elbow, and he just did a great job. Thought he was going to do it that time. Prestwood into the corner to Ryerson. Chandler Wright down low to Thomas, who saves it. No look pass from Chandler. Right side to Ryerson with 7. Chandler trying to get around Rankin. Drops it off to Chandler Wright. Chapin for the 3. Yes, sir!
At the very last second.
Whoa! The horn was going off as the ball was in the air. 42 seconds to go. Cats lead by 4. Left side, Robinson to try to answer. He doesn't do it. Rearson can't get it. Robinson going to float it down, throws it out of bounds. Tried to get it to Rankin on the right baseline. Ryerson hits his 17th three-pointer of the season and his first of the day in 2 tries. Chapin up to 7 points. About a 3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Maybe not that much, 2.5 or so. Dribbling exhibition put on by JT against Robinson. In the midcourt area, down to 8 on the shot clock now. Almost a push-off, loses the handle on it. And Bobcats cannot get a shot off before the horn sounds. And Isaac Thomas sends it 3 rows into the north bleachers. 1.1 second remaining. They may put some more time on the clock. Discussion here. Shot clock violation. And probably should be about 2.5 seconds on the clock. They go strictly by what happened. 1.1, now yeah, they're going to put some time back on. They put 2 full more seconds on. Driving is Evich, and he'll lay it in at the horn. The basket is good. Lander pulls within 2 as the horn sounds. Evich beats the buzzer with a running layup. So Georgia College took forever to get to its first lead of the contest. And finally, we'll take a lead into the locker room at 25-23. Going to be waiting on the numbers, it looks like, again, as Georgia College did a fine job of battling back here. Lander had a 7-point lead early in this contest. But Georgia College with a good rally, able to come back and rip off some points down the stretch. Remember, it was tied at 20 all for a while, and took the first lead with 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go at 22-21. Bobcats would get a 3-pointer at the shot clock horn by Chapin Rearson to make it 25-21, and then Evich beats the clock with a layup at the halftime horn to make it 25-23. We'll get those first half numbers to you when we come back with about 5 minutes to go in our halftime festivities. It's Bobcats 25, Bearcats 23, and we'll be back in just a few minutes on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Wait. Oh.
First half has ended. We got about 5 minutes till we crank up the start of the second half, and Georgia College with a 2-point lead at 25-23 over the Lander Bearcats here at Centennial in Peach Belt Conference basketball action. Both teams trying to snap a losing skid. The Bobcats with 3 games in a row in the negative column, and Bearcats lost last time out to to Francis Marion, I believe it was. Let's check out the scoring summary, and we'll get the numbers from Miss Caroline.
Purdue with 6 points in the first half. Yosan with 8. Knight with 1. Dingle with 2. Smith with 2. Rakin with 2. And Ivic with 2. And then for Georgia College, DeBoles with 2. Roberts with 5. Thomas with 9. Ryerson with 7. And Wright with 2.
Georgia College plus 10 on the boards at 27-17. GC with 10 offensive rebounds and 17 defensive boards. Landers only had 4 offensive rebounds so far. Bobcats led on the boards by Chapin Rearson with 8 points, so he's closing in on a double-double possibly here today. Leading rebounder for Lander with 4 is Evich. Georgia College shooting only 35.5% in the first half, 11 of 31, just hit 1 of 10 3-point shots, and that one that went down was the last second by Rearson as the shot clock was going off. GC hit 2 of 4 free throws. Lander in the first half, not a whole lot better, but they are better than the Bobcats at 40%, 8 of 20. They hit 2 of 6 3-point shots and only hit 5 of 15 free throws at 33%, well below their season average at 74%, so they're struggling at the south end of Centennial here. Georgia College had 6 assists, pretty well spread out. Jordan Thomas, he and Chandler Wright had 2 assists apiece. 4 assists for Lander, and that's spread out among 4 different Bearcats. 10 turnovers by Georgia College. Lander scored 10 points off those mistakes. Lander had 8 turnovers. Bobcats only 3 points off those turnovers. Only block in the ball game going to Chapin Rearson of GC. 4 steals for Lander, led by Evich with 2. Bobcats have a pair of steals, 1 each for Isaac Thomas and Roberts. The score was tied 3 times, stayed at 20-20 for the longest time, and the lead only changed once as the Bobcats had the lead for the final 2 minutes and 46 seconds of this first half of action here at Centennial. Points in the paint belong to the Bobcats at 20-8. Lander leads the points off turnovers. GC with 7 second chance points, none for Lander. Nobody with fast break points, and the Lander bench has outscored GC only 4-2. So most of the offense by the starters in this ball game today, as GC tries to even up its Peach Belt record and stay above 500 overall. Lander off to a sluggish start here in the Peach Belt Conference action at 2-6 coming into it. Al's got the out-of-town scoreboard going, and we haven't been able to get updated on that. We'll tell you the other ball games in progress today. It's Flagler at Young Harris. Aiken is at Clayton State. Southwestern hosting Francis Marion. Augusta's at North Georgia, and UNC Pembroke is at Columbus State. Coming up on Monday for Dr. Martin Luther King Day, all Peach Belt teams will be in action, as this Lander team will stay on the road and play at Clayton State. Georgia College will stay here at Centennial. Bobcats will host USC Aiken. And again, those will be early ball games. A 1:30 doubleheader here at Centennial. Women's contest to start that action. The men's game to start at around 3:30. Clayton and Pembroke are tied atop the Peach Belt men's division at 6-1. Then comes a logjam of 2, 4, 5 teams, all at 4-3. Augusta, Francis Marion, Southwestern, North Georgia, and USC Aiken, all deadlocked at 4-3 there Then come the Bobcats, tied for 8th place with Columbus State. Lander and Young Harris are tied for 10th at 2 and 6. And Flagler brings up the rear at 1 and 6. Ewenson inbounds the ball. We're ready to go. Second half play here underway. Bobcats will get the starters back out there under Coach Mark Gaines, and starters for Coach Steve Roberts take to the floor once again. Ewenson has it between the circles. Dribbles to his right, looks for some help, and dishes it off now to Dingle. Dingle rises up, jumper won't go. Rebound by GC's Jordan Thomas. Rearson gets it down underneath, and DeBowles knocks it in off the glass. Good quick look from Ryerson.
DeBowles with his 4th point.
Ryerson averages about an assist and a half a ball game. Got one right there. Bobcats with a 4-point lead. Dingle gonna bomb a 2 and it won't drop. Long rebound, tracked down, and a hand check foul called on DeBowles. And that'll be 3 on Garrick. He just got a little careless trying to get that loose basketball. He and Ewenson were in a hand check battle there. And so Garrick will step out, and the Bobcats will put Bryce Booker back in. DeBowles averaging 22 and a half minutes, but 24 plus minutes in conference ball games. And that time's going to be whittled into here with that 3rd foul. Purdue, stop and go dribble, gets it back up top. Off to TJ Knight, now back to Purdue. And he'll take the 3, and it's off the mark, but Knight checks the rebound. For Lander. Ewenson out between the circles now. Ewenson comes around a screen from TJ Knight, looks for a pick and roll, can't get it back to him. Long 2 away, spun out of there. Rebound taken by Lander, and they'll stick it home. That's TJ Knight with a basket. And the lead cut in half. It's 27-25. Into the left corner to Roberts. Back up top. Bomb for 3. And he nailed it. JT.
He's in double digits now with 11. Was that a 3?
It was a 3. And that's his first of the day, his 20th of the year. He leads the Bobcats in 3-pointers made. Shot up over Rearson and down the well for Jordan Dingle. So it's raining 3s at Centennial for the last couple minutes. Back to a 2-point GC lead. Played 2 minutes here in the second half. Bryce Booker to Rearson, back to Booker. Accelerates, got cut off and got fouled. Got his man in the air, and Sergio Smith had nowhere to go but to foul him. And Smith is the first Bearcat to get to 3 fouls. Redshirt senior from Dorchester, South Carolina. And Bryce Booker will get to the free throw line. The sunlight on the uniform trunks. And then he drops down the free throw.
First point of the day.
Bryce now 10 of 14 at the free throw line. Evich has checked in to the Lander lineup for Smith up front. And Chandler Wright has come on the floor for the Bobcats. Second one is short by Booker. Cats lead is 3. Purdy spins it back outside to Dingle. Dribble drive up top. Now Purdy has it. Fakes the handoff, and he pancaked it. Carried the ball, and a turnover by Lander. GC's got to take advantage of these turnovers. Get it into Thomas, and Isaac will hurry across the timeline, brings traffic with him. Get it off to Rearson, and he can't get the shot off. Good job of getting it down the floor, but we couldn't get the shot. Quickly left baseline, driving the baseline. Chandler Wright got shoved. Baron Searles on the call. And it's charged to Knight. He's up to 3 fouls now. So he will have to depart. Rucker waiting to check in and will come in. No shot involved here, so GC will inbound it. Booker gets it into Rearson, and he got grabbed by Unson. And Unson commits his first foul of the day. GC to inbound again. Bryce up top to Rearson. Right side now to JT, to Chandler Wright. Cross-court pass, jumper up, and in and out. And a foul on the ensuing rebound. Thomas got it for GC, but he got shoved as he reeled it in. 4 team fouls in the half already on Lander. That's the second of the day on Purdy. Unson will come out. Zane Rankin, the freshman from Charlotte, North Carolina, comes in. GC looks to inbound it, finally gets it in the left corner to Rearson. Now to Booker. Bryce going to take it to the rack, and it will stay in bounds somehow for Lander. A lot of contact, getting physical in there. Baseline jumper, nothing but net for Rankin. He pulls Lander within 1. Lead pass to Bryce, can't get the shot off. Back outside to Rearson. Baseline to Chandler, and he got bumped into and fouled by Rucker. Rucker thought he had position on it, but Rucker gets his first. That's 5 on Lander already, and we've only played 3.5 minutes of the second half. Could be a lot of free throws here down the stretch. Inbound to Rearson. He tried to slam it home, but couldn't do it. Now Thomas will shove it home. Isaac Thomas rising up. 2 dunk attempts, 1 successful, right?
Not bad.
33-30, Georgia College with the lead. Purdy drops it off to Evich rather. Back out front, 3-pointer away, down the well. Dingle knocked it home again. And we're deadlocked at 33. Work it right perimeter, up fake by Thomas, takes it in, has it rejected by Rucker. His 3rd block of the year. And we've got our under 16 timeout. 33 all. Bobcats and Bearcats duking it out at Centennial. And we'll return in just a bit to the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Well, a little better shooting for the Bobcats at the start here, Caroline. 3 out of 6 for 50%, and they're 50% also, 4 out of 8. So shooting exhibition going on. How about some other scoring numbers for us?
Garrick DeBowles with 4 points, Isaac Thomas with 2, Roberts with 5, Jordan Thomas leading it with 12, Ryerson with 7, and Wright with 2, and Booker with 1 for Georgia College.
Nice driving layup by Ryu Purdy. Ryu Purdy makes it 35-33. Lander breaks the deadlock. And how about for Lander? What are their numbers looking like?
Yosan has 8, Knight with 3, Dingle with 8, Smith with 2, Rankin with 4, Evich with 2, and Purdy with 6.
Thomas shuffled his feet trying to get around Rucker. He and Rucker really going at it right now. And GC gives up the basketball, trailing by 2. Cole Roberts is checked back in for the Bobcats as Chandler Wright goes to the bench. Dingle up top. Tries to go down the line, and he's fouled up top. That is Bryce Booker's second personal foul. And team foul number 2 on the Bobcats in the half. They'll push it out deep to Dingle on the inbounds play. Now around the right perimeter, lob it low for Evich. They've got a UN on their squad this year. Serbia, Denmark, Australia, Romania, and the shot clock violation. The ball got tipped away. Roberts is going to go for the slam.
That was an awesome play by Roberts.
Good job of saving it as well by Cole out front here, and he just attacked the basket. 35 all. Rucker catches up top. Here's Purdy again. He'll give it off to Rankin. Rankin floats one up and missed it. Rebound tips way outside, and Purdy drains the 3 from the top of the key. Gives him a 38-35 lead. JT gonna take it all the way down the floor. Had it stripped? No, he just lost it out of bounds. Thought it was stripped out of his hands, but he just lost it going up. Garrick DeBoles is back in with his 3 fouls. Isaac Thomas gets a breather. And GC trailing by 3. Sees Lander come to the north end. Rankin comes to the top of the circle, gets it back to Purdy. Motions for Evich on the dribble drive up top. Now to Dingle, goes to the left corner, passes it back out. 4 on the shot clock. Purdy going to take a bomb for a 3 and hit the back iron. They get the offensive rebound, and we'll get another crack at it. Gracious. GC's been leading the boards all day long, but a big offensive rebound that time from Lander. Purdy dribbles to the left wing, picks up the dribble, tries to get it down low, and he's fouled from behind by Cole. And that'll be Roberts' second personal foul. Chandler Wright, Isaac Thomas checking in. Roberts has a quick seat, but still having a one-way conversation with Coach Mark Gaines. They get it down low, can't get the shot off. Driving, shooting, and scoring is Dingle. And the lead is 5 at 40-35. Quickly ahead to Booker. Bryce going to take it to the rack. No, it's short. Rebound by Rucker. Get it ahead to Purdy. Holy smoke, fellas. There's contact everywhere, and they're all swallowing their whistle. And now Evan Berg will come in. It should not be over and back because it was touched by a Bobcat right about midcourt. And it is Lander's ball. 22 on the shot clock. Booker steps out. Prestwood in for GC. Lander in the midst of a bit of a run here, leading at 40-35. Rucker up top, gets it off to Purdy. Purdy just inside the top of the arc, missed it, and a foul over the back. Evich just crashed into Thomas and knocked him to the deck. That'll be 2 on Surgeon Evich. And team foul number 6, last to give before the bonus. Evich and Rucker will sit down, so will Purdy. Wholesale changes for Coach Roberts as he gets Robinson back in, along with Rankin and Knight. Picking up the dribble in the backcourt, not a good idea usually. We'll get it down to the baseline. DeBoles crashed to the floor.
That one had to hurt.
Indeed. He went up there, and that is Smith in his 4th personal foul. And to the line for the Bobcats is Garrick DeBoles, a 74% free throw shooter, is the redshirt sophomore from Pope High School. Puts it up and in. Evich quickly back into the contest as Smith commits his 4th foul. I don't think Evich had a chance to settle in on the chair over there. Second free throw, too strong, and a rebound by Knight. GC within 4 now. Driving to the baseline, Dingle, then pulls it back out, off to Robinson. Robinson back up to Evich. Now Knight touches. His jumper's no good. Fight for the rebound, and it will be a foul on Jordan Thomas. Jordan's first personal foul, team foul number 4 on the Bobcats. And we've got our under 12 timeout with 11:55 to play. Lander 40, Georgia College 36. Back in a moment on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Four-point Lander lead with just under 12 to go. Lander had gone on a 5-0 run before that free throw by the Bobcats. It will be Lander basketball at the north end. Left of the basket. Triggered out top to Evich. Now to Knight. Into the hands of Rankin. Evich touches, foul away from the ball, and it's going to go against Georgia College. I think Chandler Wright will be whistled for that one. It will be number 3 on the freshman. Wright will come out. Ryerson takes his place. Ryerson, excuse me. Can't ever get that right. Left corner 3, it's short. And he'll get his miss and get it snuffed away by Ryerson, and a foul called. Isaac Thomas knocked to the deck by Robinson, and 110 helps the other 10 up off the deck. Sidney Robinson will get his first foul of the day, and we are in the bonus. 8 fouls on Lander, and here comes Matt McCorkle for his 7th game appearance. He will pick up Jordan Thomas. Matt McCorkle out of Cumming, Georgia, from South Forsyth High. Isaac hits the first free throw, pulls the Cats within 3. Matt played 7 minutes against Lander the first go-round, didn't score, had 2 rebounds and an assist. Second free throw misses. Evich reaches that long arm up and grabs it. Robinson gets it across timeline. Comes around a pick. Goes to the free throw line, off to Evich. Back left side, almost a stutter step walk. Evich gonna bomb a 3, and it's in and out. And a rebound claimed by Lander, but they're gonna say a foul on Matt McCorkle as he undercut the Bearcat. Ball tipped away on the inbounds pass, and McCorkle grabs it.
Great defense by Georgia College.
The inbounds pass got hit straight in the air, and Matt was able to smother it. GC trailing by 3 with 11 minutes to go. Matt out between the circles. Dribbles to the right wing, gets it off to Ryerson. Down low, Garrick DeBose catches, puts it up too strong, tips it up once, twice, and can't get it to go. Robinson ahead of the pack, gets it tipped away, and there's Andrew Prestwood with the recovery. Flurry of activity and nothing to show for it for either team. Prestwood gets it off to Isaac. Isaac with a ball fake, goes up under, and a glass ball put up, missed it. Lander goes in the right corner. Whistle before the shot. It'll wipe out a three-point shot, and a foul underneath. Charge to the Bearcats. And Knights begging for a change of call there. He'll pick up his fourth foul. Explaining that he was standing there. I didn't do it. Standing there with arms outstretched. Lander with a bit of a press. Bobcats break it, get it off to Prestwood. Andrew will reset the half-court offense now. As we are now midway through the second half of play. Trailing by 3. Rearson bombs a triple and he ties the game. Ryerson, his second 3-ball.
He's now in double digits today with 10 points.
40-40. Chapin bombing it home. They drop it off to Evich. Now across the lane pass. Good by Rankin. Great presence by Evich. He knew the defense was going to sag in on him. Bobcats break the press, throw it to the middle, get it off to Rearson again. Ryerson. Prestwood with 13 on the shot clock. McCorkle, left corner. Thomas long two, got it. Ties the ball game. And Coach Roberts, well, I'm not sure. It might have been Mark Gaines with a timeout. Timeout Bobcats. It's a full one. We'll step away as well. 9:03 to play. And we're squared up at 42. And we'll return to the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Well, that three-pointer by Chandler Ryerson puts him in double figures on the day with 10 points. Jordan Thomas continues to lead the Bobcat scores with 12. And Chapin right behind him. How about some other scores, Caroline?
DeBoles with 5, Isaac Thomas with 5, Cole Roberts with 7, Jordan Thomas with 12, Ryerson with 10, Wright with 2, and Booker with 1. Purdy is leading Lander with 11, Yosan with 8, Knight with 3, Dingle with 10, Smith with 2, Rankin with 6, and Evich for 2.
And Isaac Thomas is going to be called for a foul. Initially, they said it was a jump ball. And Thomas gets tagged with his second foul. I initially saw him put both hands up in the air, I think, with a held ball. Unson at the line, misses the first free throw. His struggles at the line continue, 3 out of 6 now. Normally an 85% shooter. Bobcats at 43% in the second half. Lander at 42% in the second half. Unson made 1 of 2. and gives Lander the 1-point lead. Matt McCorkle catches on the right wing. Gets it off to Ryerson. Dribbles up on the wing now. 8.5 to go. The Bobcats are down by a point. We posted up to Isaac, and Isaac got fouled. That is Evich with his third personal foul. Team's 10th, and so the Bobcats will have the double bonus for 8 minutes and 27 seconds. And Isaac to the line, the first of two coming up. Missed it. Isaac, the leading scorer and leading rebounder for the Bobcats. Second free throw is good. Told you about 8.8 rebounds on average per game overall, but when he gets into conference play, it's up to 9.7. And Thomas sitting on 8 boards right now. We're tied at 43 after the make. Rankin outside, working on Garrick DeBoles. Pull-up jumper in the paint, pretty. Got it from 10 feet out, and Lander retakes the lead again. Prestwood down the right side. Wraparound pass to Thomas, with Evich fronting him. Ball fake, gets it out to Ryerson. Chapin, missed it. Stick back, no good by DeBoles. And Lander comes away with it.
That's a good try by Garrick.
He's been so close a couple of times inside there. Setting his feet, putting up a three, it's no good. And Evich is going to be called for his fourth foul, as he came over the back of Isaac Thomas to try and get that rebound and sprawled him to the floor. And we've got our under 8 media break at 7:35 to go. Georgia College with a 2-point deficit here. 45-43. Back in a bit on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Isaac Thomas will be at the free throw line to shoot a pair. No changes for the Bobcats. Now we did get Jordan Thomas back in there, as DeBoles has a seat. Isaac, first of two, is short. Bobcats getting the double bonus, but not taking advantage of it. Second one's perfect. Back within one is GC. Purdy will bring it across to the north end. Picked up by McCorkle. Back outside to Dingle. Dingle gonna hop step in the paint. No good, but a foul. We let him get through there. And Jordan Thomas, check it, Andrew Prestwood gets his first personal foul. It's 2 shots for Jordan Dingle. Bobcats up to 8 fouls here in the second half. Dingle short on the first free throw. This is definitely not a clinic in free throw shooting today. It's been a struggle for everybody. And he hits 1 of 2. Normally 87% coming into this ball game. McCorkle left side, back up top. Ryerson down low to Isaac. Isaac, count it and call a foul. And Evich is fouled out of the ball game. Evich got out of position Had to come down on the back of Isaac Thomas, and the sophomore, make it the senior from Serbia, will depart. He thought he had 4, but I've got 5 on him, and the board, I thought the official book had 5 as well. Didn't they signal 5 across the way? Yep. They're going to have to get a sub in. Coach Roberts will move Rucker off the bench, and Evich have a seat for the final 7-11. He thought he only had 4. And Isaac Thomas will step to the stripe at the south end. Follow-up free throw is good. Bobcats have reclaimed the lead by a point. Might be a final possession kind of ball game, huh?
I believe so.
Ewenson drives in, spins it up there, missed it, but he got hacked. And it's Roberts with his 3rd foul. Actually got hit upside the head, said Baron Searles. So Ewenson will be at the free throw line. Led them in scoring back in November when these two teams met with 15 points. And Ewenson drops it in. That'll give him 9 for the day. 2nd free throw on the way. He's in double figures now. And will be rewarded by going to the bench as Sergio Smith with his 4 fouls comes in. McCorkle catches on the left wing. Man-to-man defense by Lander. 12 on the shot clock. Get it down low to Cole off the left block. Spins his way to the baseline. Got fouled from behind by Rucker. Deshandre Rucker, the freshman from Greenville, commits his 2nd personal foul. And Cole goes to the line. Again, came into the contest at only 45% at the stripe for the year. And he ties up the ball game with the first free throw. Cole now 2 for 3 at the line on the day. One more from Big 32, and he nails it. Cole Roberts with 9. 6.5 to go. The Bobcats with a 1-point advantage. Dingle catches, drives to the right side of the lane, got tied up, held ball. Nice job by JT. He stayed with the man, stuck the hand in there at the right time and tied it up. Can the Bobcats take advantage of it? McCorkle high right side, straight away now to Ryerson. Lobs it low to Isaac, who catches and puts it up there with a soft baby hook.
Great job by Isaac.
Yeah, he had some folks on him down there in the paint. He had a tough time corralling it to begin with, and then got position and got the bucket. Rucker down low, drops it off. Ball squirts high in the air, and Isaac comes away with it. Coach Roberts thought there should have been a foul. Raises his arms up at the officials as he's well beyond the coaching mark also. Ryerson out between the circles. Spins to the basket, lost the handle on it. Rankin takes it away. Only a 3-point GC lead. Rankin stop and go dribble, fights his way in there and is fouled. 10th team foul on GC. It's on Cole Roberts, and that's 4 on Cole. Roberts has fouled out of 2 ball games this season. And it's 2 free throws for Rankin. It will be a free throw shooting exhibition here down the stretch. Rankin hits the first one. Second one is also good, 51-50. Evich fouling out of the ball game for just the first time this season, as check out the stats after he left earlier. 51-50, Georgia College by 1. Jordan Thomas has the ball knocked up in the air out of his hands, and it's out of bounds on the baseline to the Bobcats. A little over 5 minutes to go now. Cole catches off the left side of the lane. And Rucker strips the ball out of his hands and comes down with it somehow. Ahead to Rankin. Rankin back to Purdy. Purdy drives right side of the lane, floats up and scores and gives Lander the lead at 52-51.
Georgia College really needs to keep feeding the post. Cole and Isaac have been doing really well.
Our guard play leaves a little to be desired this afternoon, but Cats hoping to take advantage of it here. Roberts is going to be fouled as he got double teamed, and finally Brad Eggert blew the whistle. I don't know what took so long, but a hold called on Purdy. That'll be his third personal foul. You can only let him play to a certain point, and then you got to start blowing the whistle. Otherwise, we're going to have mayhem out on the floor. First free throw's up and good by Cole Roberts. Roberts in double figures with 10 now. So 4 Bobcats have hit the double-digit mark in scoring. In and out on the second free throw. 4.5 to play, and under that now as they get to midcourt. Purdy stops on the left of the arc. Gets it into Dingle's hands. Going one-on-one. Almost a walk there. Back out front to Purdy. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Purdy drives left baseline. Shot no good. Rebound by Isaac Thomas. And then a reach-in foul is called on Rucker. And that'll be 3 on him. So their big men are piling up the fouls here. Smith is on the floor with 4. Rucker now has 3. Knight is on the bench with 4 fouls. He should be coming off the bench shortly here. Isaac to the line for 2. Got the first one to drop. Chandler Wright comes in now for Cole Roberts. Rest him for a couple of minutes and avoid a 5th foul. Second one is good by Isaac. Cats with a 2-point advantage. Under 4 to go. Rankin top of the circle. And a whistle away from the ball. It is on Matt McCorkle, his second personal foul. And it'll be 2 free throws at the north line for Lander when we return, as Georgia College leads 54-52 over Lander. And we'll be back in just a bit on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Well, the teams are about evenly matched shooting-wise here in the second half. 44.4% for Georgia College, 43.5% for Lander. Lander's had 2 more baskets in the half than the Bobcats. They're 3 of 10 and 3-ball shooting, and the Bobcats are 2 of 5, here in the second half. GC has hit 11 of 17 free throws, and Lander is 6 of 8 at the free throw line, and they'll be there right now with Purdy representing them. Individually, what do the scoring numbers look like, Caroline?
Purdy has 13, Yosan has 11, Knight with 3, Dingle with 11, Smith with 2, Rankin with 10, and Evich with 2. DeBoles with 5, Isaac Thomas with 14, Roberts with 10, Jordan Thomas with 12, Ryerson with 10, Wright with 2, and Booker with 1.
Purdy gets 1 of 2 free throws and pulls them within 1. This is a team that's 5th best in the conference in free throw shooting, but they're right at 500 for the ball game, it looks like, at the free throw line. Normally just about 70% for the season. Ryerson back along the left side. Bobcats eating up some clock here. DeBoles back in for the Bobcats during the timeout. Three-pointer away, no good. Ball tipped into the hands of Lander. The shot clock was down to 3. Off to Purdy on the left side. They have a chance to take the lead this trip down to the north end. Jordan Dingle averaging 25.5 minutes a ball game, and he's been out there quite a bit today. Over 26. Jumper long 3 won't go. Purdy from NBA range missed it, and Thomas clears it for GC. Isaac to the other Thomas. Jordan. And JT will dribble toward the Bobcat bench, and Bobcat coach Mark Gaines hollers out the play call. Bobcats by 1 with 2:39 to go, trying to sweep the season series against these Bearcats. Thomas catches inside the circle. Dump it down to Cole. Cole left of the lane, puts it up short. And a rebound taken by Lander.
Looking at the stats, Isaac Thomas has got all his points this half.
Three-pointer won't fall. So Thomas getting the job done with 14 points. He has 10 rebounds, so another double-double for the junior from Tryon. 54-53, clock down to 2 minutes to go. Bobcats again, no hurry. With a 1-point lead, ball got kicked. And we should get some extra time put on the clock, I think. It will be up to 20 seconds on the shot clock now with the kick ball. It was down to 11. Coach Roberts has been warned. He's got to get in the box. He's going to walk right up to the line this time. GC inbounds, get a backdoor cut, slam! On the pass from Isaac Thomas, Derek DeBoles puts it down. 3-point GC lead. Minute 45 and ticking. Needs a stop once again. Purdy delivers it off into the left corner now, double teamed. And forced out of bounds. GC's basketball. What a play defensively for the Bobcats. You had 2 players plus the out of bounds line, so that's a 3rd defender right there. And Coach Roberts burns a timeout. He'll have 2 remaining with a minute 32 to go in regulation here at Centennial. GC leads at 56-53. I saw Isaac Thomas in there. I didn't see who the second defender was. But a great effort for the Bobcats defensively. Just when we were asking for one, they came up with one. 92 seconds. Bobcat women won the opener over Lander, the nationally ranked Lander team. And the Bobcats trying to hold on here for a sweep. Garrick looks to inbound it, gets it off to Isaac Thomas. Thomas drives through 2 defenders and throws it away. Nobody came back to help out. Wasted opportunity for the Bobcats. Lander inbounds to Smith out between the circles. Rankin will dribble, get it off now to Dingle. They'll stretch out their offense a little bit. Looking for a 3 to tie it here with 1:15 to go. Down low, baseline cut. Back in the right corner, Purdy for three. It won't go. Ball tipped around off the noggin of Thomas. And on the baseline, it's saved. Purdy sets up for a three and drains it. We're tied with 1 minute to go. We gave him two opportunities. That was one too many. Lander calls the timeout.
I believe this game is going to go down to the very last second.
Well, we got 61 of them left. Coach Roberts has only one timeout remaining, two timeouts in Mark Gaines' back pocket. Gracious. We gave him the ball back after throwing it away and out of bounds. They missed the first three-point try, got the offensive rebound, and Purdue was wide open, had a Coca-Cola and a box of popcorn before he shot the three ball. That's how much time he had to put it up there without anybody in white around him. 1:01 left. Lander will not press defensively. GC will try to bring it up the floor and waste some clock here. Tied at 56. Into the left corner is Thomas. Back out to Jordan Thomas. Two won't go. Ball tipped out, and it's out of bounds off GC. Lander with a chance to take the lead at 42.5 seconds left. Jordan Thomas with a long shot, probably not what we had in mind. Purdy will walk it up the floor. Get it back into Dingle's hands. They can use all but 11 seconds or 12 seconds off the clock. Dingle back to Purdy with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Back out, now Purdy with 5. Gets his man in the air, drives in the paint, shoots it up short. Isaac with a rebound. Isaac stripped it down there. 9 seconds to go, we're tied at 56. Jordan, no good. Rebound, flung up there at midcourt. Three-quarter court shot is no good. We've got extra time. Well, you knew that the officials weren't going to call anything down there, even though Jordan Thomas got pummeled. So at the end of regulation, the Bobcats 56, the Bearcats 56. So we will need more than 40 minutes to settle this one. And this is a very familiar situation for the Bobcats. They played 2 overtime games last week, lost them both on the road. And now this week, they've got another one here. Let's see if that's this is the 3rd overtime game for Georgia College. I believe it is. Yes. Lost in a single overtime at Georgia Southwestern on the 3rd of January. And then last Saturday, a week ago today, lost in double overtime at UNC Pembroke. So an extra 5 minutes up on the old scoreboard. And GC trying to hold tight and come up with a win. And Caroline's got some scoring stats for us.
DeBoles has 7 points. Isaac Thomas with 14, Cole Roberts with 10, Jordan Thomas with 12, Ryerson with 10, Chandler Wright with 2, and Booker with 1. And for Lander, Purdy has 17, Yosin has 11, Knight with 3, Dingle with 11, Smith with 2, Rankin with 10, and Evich with 2.
So each team has 4 players in double figures for the first 40 minutes. Foul trouble. It is Roberts with 4 on the floor. Lander has Sergio Smith out there with 4 fouls. And those are the only guys that are tenuous right now. Knight is on the bench for Lander with his 4 fouls. Rucker will jump in the midcourt circle against Isaac Thomas. Baron Searles blows the whistle, throws the ball up in the air, and it's going to have to be a re-jump. Didn't come down quite properly. Angled off. Now it's hold everything. We're going to do it a third time. Officials don't get to do this too often. You usually only throw it up once in a ball game, and that one got angled away again. GC will recover it. 56 apiece as we start the overtime period. Jordan Thomas, Chapin Ryerson, Isaac Thomas. Backdoor pass to Cole Roberts. Off the glass, no, but a foul. And the Bulls rounds out the 5 for Mark Gaines. Rucker now with 4 fouls. So their big men are in foul trouble. Evich fouled out of the ball game earlier in the regulation. And Cole to the line. Got it. Cole Roberts now 5 out of 7. Not bad for a 45% free throw shooter. 6 out of 8, and the Cats with the 2-point lead. Purdy to the north end. Wanted to give it off and finally does. To Dingle. Jordan Dingle on the dribble left. Back to Purdy. Swinging around to Rankin now. 10 on the shot clock. Purdy has it. Hit a big 3 to tie this ball game. And he throws it away, out of bounds to the Bobcats. Lander thought a Bobcat touched it before it sailed out of the northwest corner. And a timeout called by Lander. A 30-second timeout, so Coach Roberts will have 1 additional timeout left. Remember, you get an extra timeout with the overtime period. So GC has 3 timeouts remaining at 4:15 left in overtime. So in a week and a half, the Bobcats are going to play a minimum of an extra 20 minutes of basketball with a single overtime, a double overtime, and who knows how long this one's going to go on. GC to inbound, get it into JT. Cats with a 2-point lead at 58-56. Jordan out between the rings, far side. Drops it off, gets it back again. 3-pointer, got it! Oh my! The freshman's second 3-pointer of the game. His 21st of the season. GC up by 5 now. Lander tries to answer. Dingle on the attack. Pull-up jumper baseline. It won't go. And rebound into the hands of Cole Roberts. Now the Bobcats will try to eat up some clock each trip down the floor. Jordan dribbles to the right wing. Wraparound pass to Cole. Roberts backing in on Sergio Smith, and a reach-in foul called. And it will be going against Sergio Smith, and he is fouled out of the ball game. For the 6th time this season, Sergio Smith is disqualified. So 2 big men have had bench spots thanks to foul trouble in this game for the visiting Bearcats. That'll put Knight back in the contest. Remember, he's playing with 4 fouls. And Cole Roberts will step up at the 15-foot line. Georgia College now 15 out of 23 at the line for the day. And he misses the first effort. Accepts the basketball. Second free throw is too strong. Chance to put a little bit of more distance between themselves and the Bearcats, but couldn't do it. Rankin catches, double dribbles, gets away with it. I don't think it was knocked out of his hands. Driving down the baseline, floaters up, no good. Rebound into the hands of Ryerson. And there's a lid at the north end right now for the Lander Bearcats. Having difficulty getting the ball to go in the hole. 2:40 left. GC up by 5. High posted to Cole. Goes around his man, takes it to the rack, no good. Thomas with a stick back, no good. Fights for the rebound. Are they going to call a held ball? Yes, they will. And the ball will go back to the Bearcats on the alternating possession rule. Roberts hesitated just a little bit before he got that shot off. And Thomas didn't have much of a chance to follow it back up and score. 2:31 to go. Purdy's going to let that ball roll to midcourt before touching it as the clock starts. Purdy back between the circles to Dingle. Dingle dribbles around. They're taking a lot of time off this clock themselves, and we're letting them. And they throw it away. Try to push it ahead, and Ryerson stepped in front of it and throw it to the Bulls. Slam it, son. Timeout, Lander. A 7-point GC lead. That's the last timeout for the Bearcats. And it's a full timeout, so we'll step aside as well. You're on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Bobcats have outscored the Bearcats 7-0 at the start of this overtime period. And with 2:07 to go, GC with the lead, Lander with a basketball. No timeouts remaining for Coach Steve Roberts. So if they have trouble getting the ball in bounds, they could be in a world of danger. And Bobcats will put a little bit of pressure on them now. Make them use up some clock as well. Robinson has stepped back in at guard for the Bearcats. Get it across the timeline, zip it off to Rucker. Ball got tipped and it's out of bounds. Off Isaac Thomas. Fortunately, producer didn't get squished by a Bobcat again as it was rolling right into the broadcast booth. 17 to shoot, 1:52 to go. Robinson rises up and scores from the middle of the paint. About 12-foot runner. Their first points of the overtime period. Our lead is 5. JT will slow it down, dribbles in the midcourt circle. 18 on the shot clock. The freshman with a dribbling exhibition. Ball is about 3 inches off the ground. 10 seconds now. And they're going to call foul. And that will be it for a third Lander Bearcat. TJ Knight stayed with him and got too close. That's 5 on Knight. He will depart for the second time this season due to foul trouble. And I don't know who they got left up front. They're going to have to put Ewanson back in. Ewanson, rather. Ewanson's been on the bench quite a while. Garrick DeBoles will sit down for the Bobcats. Matt McCorkle will take his place. Matty, a very good free throw shooter. And let's see if Jordan Thomas is one right here. He is on the first attempt. Thomas with 16 points in the contest. Bobcats trying to complete a sweep for GC basketball here. Bobcat women put away Lander earlier. Second one, nothing but net for the freshman from Conyers. 7-point GC lead with 1:19. A little more hurry up by the Bearcats now. Here's Rucker driving, and he's scoring over Roberts, who has 4 fouls himself. 65-60 with 1:05 to go, and grabbed in the backcourt is Jordan Thomas. Robinson charged with his second foul. 2 more free throws coming for Jordan Thomas, who had only 4 points against Lander. Granted, it was one of his first college basketball games and the first Peach Belt Conference ball game he played in back in November. But he's got 17 points now. Strong on the first free throw effort. 2 free throws there would have made it a 3-possession ball game with 1:05 to go. Second one on the way. Jordan nails that one. 66-60. 1 minute to go as they get it across the timeline. Robinson pointing at the top of the circle. Wraparound pass stolen by McCorkle. And he's tap foul. Matt McCorkle got a quick hand on that one and then cradled the ball to his chest. Purdy gets his 4th foul. And Matt will go to the free throw line where he's 2 for 2 on the year. Business management major from Cumming out of South Forsyth High School. Played for Mason Hill there. First free throw good. And Matty will try to seal it right here, I imagine. It's away. And it's no good. It hopped out of there. Still a 2-possession game. 48 seconds to go. Ball got tipped up in the air. We leap for it, but Rucker takes it away. Gets it off to Purdy. Purdy throws it back to Rucker, and Rucker will score. Great job by Ryerson to defend him, but couldn't do it. And a foul on the Bearcats with 35.9 seconds to go. Scoreboard says 66-62. Now 60s. They forgot to add a point for the Bobcats. Jordan Thomas will go to the line. Did not see who the foul was called on. And we are awaiting 2 free throws from JT. First one's good. And again, can stretch it out to a 3-possession game with 1 more free throw here and 35.9 to go. Another free throw also gives him 20 points. He's got it. And Gano wants a timeout. Talk it over. It's a full timeout, so we'll step away as well. And rest up for the final 35.9 seconds on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. GC 69, Lander University 62. No changes for the Bobcats, same 5 on the floor. Isaac Thomas, Jordan Thomas, Cole Roberts, Chapin Ryerson, and Matt McCorkle. McCorkle with some pressure. 33 seconds to go as the clock winds down. Bombing away from high right side, no good. Rebound by Jordan, he's fouled from behind by Robinson. And we'll walk to the south end for a couple of free throws. And this will put a lid on it if Jordan can knock down a couple. He's got 20 points. Do not know what his career high is as a Bobcat. But he, again, is making a bid for Freshman of the Year honors. The Conyers native knocks down the first one. Jordan has started all the ball games for Coach Gaines, averaging 33.5 minutes each conference ball game. A 12-point season average. He's got 22 right now. And it's a 71-62 Bobcat lead in OT. And he stepped on the end line on the inbounds pass. And now GC can just work the clock out. Prestwood in. If Lander allows us, they're probably going to foul again. Prestwood in for DeBoles. Thomas looks to inbound it. Timeout. You can't get the inbounds pass. GC's got one timeout remaining. And we'll stay right here. 22 points for freshman Jordan Thomas.
That's impressive.
Yeah, indeed so. I know he's been over 20 at least one other time in the first 13 ball games, maybe more than that. Bobcats needed an outside scorer to help out the big guys up front this season. And they found one in the freshman from Conyers. GC looks to inbound it. Ryerson going to handle it this time. We'll go on the weave out front. And we'll get it in bounds to Jordan, and he is wrapped up and fouled. That's on Dingle. That's 2 on him. So they're trying everything they can to prevent the Bobcats from eating up the rest of the clock. And JT, who's made a career of free throws here in the second half and overtime, is at the line again. One more time. 23 for JT. Bobcats will pull. Well, I thought they're going to push everybody back behind the midcourt line, but they're going to bring them up so they can force some time off the clock. Second one's good, 11-point GC lead. McCorkle just stole it, and then he got fouled by Rucker. He's gone. That is 4 Bearcats to foul out of the ball game. Maddie stole the inbounds pass and got wrapped up. Not a whole lot left to choose on the bench, and it looks like it's going to be Rankin coming in. Cabzaro is a 6'6" freshman from Romania, but he may not be dressed out tonight. Doesn't look like he is in warm-up suit over there. Matt misses the free throw. And he'll try one more time. And it's no good. And McCorkle fouls him from behind. Tapping at the ball and got the noggin of Dingle instead. So Matt picks up his 3rd foul with 20.6 seconds to go now. And Jordan Dingle will step up at the north end. Drops in the first free throw. He's got 12 points. Dingle had only 2 against the Bobcats back in November. Season average is 9.5. Second free throw good. 73-64. And Jordan Thomas grabbed from behind. And guess what? We're going to the south end again, Caroline.
Again and again.
Again and again. This is sort of like stepping out of the batter's box, you know? In softball, you just stall and wait for time, and these guys are stalling the best way they can with fouling. Here's JT one more time. 24 on the day. 25 on the day. Chandler Wright ready to check in. Thomas drops in the second one. 26 points for the freshman. And Prestwood will come in for him. With 18 seconds to go, the Bobcats with an 11-point lead here in overtime. NBA 3 is an air ball, and Chandler Wright barely saves it with 9 seconds. I think Coach Roberts is calling off the Dogs now, and Bobcats are going to pull this one out, get back to 500 in the Peach Belt. As Prestwood dribbles it out, GC wins in overtime, 75-64. Cats improved to 8-6, 4-4 in the Peach Belt. And Lander drops to 6-9 overall and 2-7 in Peach Belt Conference play. And Caroline, would you like the honors to talk with Coach Gaines?
I'd love to.
All right. We'll have a chat with the coach as soon as he makes his way over here. Right now he's got a grip on Matt McCorkle. And Georgia College with a big win in OT and 26 from Jordan Thomas, and what a day for him. So here comes Coach Gaines, and I'll turn it over to you.
Well, I was.
Me or Matt first? I want Matt. Yeah, you want Matt first? Go ahead, Matt. Me or Matt? Let's go, Matt.
Hold up. You. All right, Matt. I'm here with Matt McCorkle. What changed going into overtime? Let's look this way at the camera. What changed going into overtime to help y'all take the lead?
Coach just really emphasized us rebounding, and that's what we went out and did tonight. And I mean, we couldn't have done it without being a team tonight, so it was really credit to Coach for telling us to really rebound.
Yeah. What can you take from right now into going forward with your teammates?
Tonight we really brought the energy, especially in the second half, and we got to bring that energy every game because we started out flat in the first half, but I got faith in our team that we're going to come out and do really well next game.
That's awesome. Thank you.
That's Matt McCorkle, and we'll get a chance to talk with Bobcat head coach Mark Gaines if he's somewhere in the vicinity here. Here he comes. Matt McCorkle getting a chance to chat with us.
Hey.
Big win, Coach, and we'll let Caroline take it over.
All right, Caroline. How you doing?
I'm good. Let's look up here.
Okay, I can
at the
turn
camera. How big was Isaac's double-double and having 4 players in double figures tonight?
Yeah, it's you lose 3 games in a row and 2 in overtime, and then you go to our third overtime game in 4 games. And the other night we got beat by a good team. I didn't think we were whatever the mental. We weren't really there for some reason. We were a little bit off physically and mentally. And I'm proud of the way we bounced back. Isaac, obviously, double-double. He'll probably leave here with the most double-doubles of all time. And, we need him to not only be the basketball leader on the court, but just a team leader in the locker room when we travel and all that stuff. He's done a nice job.
Awesome. What was said going into overtime? What changed the momentum there? We can tell.
Yeah, overtime. It's like, I guess, in a volleyball going that 5th set, and it's 14-13, and every play is big, and it's just I have confidence in the players, and I just tell the guys a couple things. Number one, you got to believe in yourself, and you have to believe in the person beside you, your teammate, and I'm just proud of the guys.
What can you take to your next game on Monday? What have you learned from this game?
Yeah, quick turnaround. We haven't even practiced the last 2 days. We took off Thursday and Friday. No on-the-court activity. We came in this morning at 8:30, had a practice, not a shoot-around. And we can just build on it. Every game's going to be close. That's just how we play, 75-64 overtime. I brought Matt over here. I mean, he just works unbelievably hard. For anybody out there watching, you're not getting a lot of time. Email Matt McCorkle. Mark was his brother. He just so unselfish. And for him to come in and guard one of the best players in the league, unbelievable.
Yeah,
makes
he
me
did a
want
great
to
job.
cry. It does.
You can see it on the court. You can.
How many minutes did he play, Caroline? Did you see box score? Matt's minutes. Played, is that right? 8 minutes total, but we have overtime. So
right here.
Yeah, he played. 9 minutes in a game. He hadn't played much. He hadn't had much of an opportunity in the games, and it was everybody, but his unselfishness is just what our program epitomizes.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations. Thank you.
Appreciate the interview.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Go Bobcats.
All right, thanks, Mark. Gano gets a win here. Bobcats finally win one in overtime after their third try. The third time's the charm in overtime for Georgia College. Bobcats shot 50% in overtime for the game, 38% at 22 of 58. Landers shot 43% in OT, 40% for the ball game, 22 out of 55. Georgia College 4 out of 17 from three-point land, only 23.5%. Got to get that number better. Lander not a whole lot better at 6 out of 22 for 27.3%. GC hit 41 free throws and hit 27 of them. That is 2 games worth of free throws right there, 65.9%. Lander 14 of 27 from the stripe. GC out-rebounded him 46-44 as Isaac Thomas got a double-double with 13 points to go with his 14 rebounds. Jordan Thomas with a great 26-point performance. A great effort, so a good sweep, and your good luck so far, Caroline. Caroline, we appreciate you joining us today.
I'm happy to be here.
And look forward to working with you again. Purdy led them in scoring with 17 points, led Lander, and they had 4 players in double figures. The Bobcats also with 4 players in double digits as well. So a sweep for GC. The Bobcat women win. The Bobcat men win. And now it's on to Monday's game. As Coach said, short turnaround for everybody. So that will do it from our broadcast here at Centennial. We thank Sam and Reed and everybody involved in the broadcast today along on YouTube. And join us again Monday afternoon. Remember, that's an early start, 1:30 tip-off for the women's contest at Centennial. And you've been on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.